Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today is Monday, May 25th, and I'm going to bring you my bi-weekly grocery haul. This is in several parts, I guess 3 or 4 parts actually, and I've kind of got them slightly out of order because all the way over here is my Sobeys haul, and that was what I bought first, but that's fine. I have all the receipts laid out. I'm going to show you everything I picked up. For those of you that are new here, welcome here. My name is Janice. I live and work in Manitoba, Canada. I work at a Canadian grocery store chain called Sobeys, and I do some of my shopping there, partly because we have a small employee discount of 10% off my first $150 spent every week, but also because Sobeys and Safeway are Scene Plus sponsors, meaning you can earn and redeem Scene Plus points in store. Typically, the rest of my shopping is done at Real Canadian Superstore because they have the PC Optimum Points program. And I like shopping wherever there's points. I like shopping at Superstore for the PC Optimum Points, save them up all year and use them during the Christmas season. And same thing at Sobeys. I usually try and buy what I can if it's a sale price at Sobeys, or even if it's comparable to Superstore. My employee discount sometimes gives me a little bit of an edge and makes it slightly better than Superstore, but I accumulate those Scene Plus points and save them up to use at Christmas as well. So these first items over here, just these 3 items, were bought on Saturday, May 23rd. It was just out, and so just on the way home, I knew I was out of milk, and so I just wanted to grab that quickly. Cucumbers were on my offers. So the cucumbers were $2.99 for a 3-pack, and those were on my offer, so I earned points on those. The no-name brand cheddar blocks, these were $8.79, and the 4 liters of 1% milk was $5.94. So my total was $17.72, and all I earned on that was 300 points on the cucumbers. And with those 300 points, I sat at 119,205 PC Optimum points at the end of that transaction. Alrighty, so then the rest of my Superstore items were bought yesterday, which is Sunday, May 24th. I had a points offer that if you spent $15 in President's Choice brand frozen fruit, that you would earn extra points for those. So that it's like a continuity spend. Basically, you'd earn 1,500 points if you bought $15 of frozen fruit. So my husband wanted to get some frozen blueberries, so I got him 2 bags. These are 600-gram bags. And I bought 1 bag of strawberries and 1 bag of frozen raspberries. That's a smaller bag. They're all the same price, but you know, obviously I'm getting less raspberries per bag than I'm getting than blueberries or strawberries. They're a smaller amount in there. But they were all $4.50, a limit of 4, so I bought the 4, and that meant that I spent $18, so I spent over the 15 and got those extra points. I did buy a bag of apples. This is a 5-pound bag of Gala apples for $6.66. A bag of mini carrots for $5.34. That's a 2-pound bag. 1 head of iceberg lettuce was $4.50. Tomatoes are on my offers this week, so I grabbed some hothouse tomatoes. They were $7.46. And then a bag of sugar snap peas. I like to take these in my lunches for work. That was $10. And then this bag of cashews has been opened already. I bought a bag of cashews. My parrots, you can hear my 2 conures hollering in the next room, and that's through a closed door you're hearing them. I'm trying to keep the background noise down to a minimum because I know some of you don't like it all that much, but you know, it is what it is, right? They hear me talking, they want to compete, and they want attention, and chances are they probably want treats too. So anyway, birds, my parrots, they're not supposed to have a lot of nuts, like sunflower seeds or nuts or whatever. Anything like that in excess is not healthy for them. So they can only have this in moderation. And if you're going to give them something like cashews, it should be raw, not any kind of salted or dry roasted or flavored or anything like that. That is not good for them at all. So I bought that bag. It's $9. My African gray parrot especially, she loves that stuff. She just thinks that's like the best thing ever. And then some sandwich meat, the usual sub trio that I buy for $7, and the cooked ham for $3.75. So here we go. I got the continuity spend for the frozen fruit was 1,500 points. I had an offer for the deli meat for that. I got 1,100 points for that. That's for these 2 right here. And then I earned 700 points on the tomatoes, and I spent $71.71 altogether. So with the points I earned on that second bill, I earned 3,300 points, and that left me at the closing balance of 122,505 Scene Plus points. And then moving on to Sobeys, and these items I bought What night did I buy those? Did I buy them on the Friday, I want to say? Let me see. No, that was on Saturday night. It was Saturday the 23rd. I bought these after work. So there was a number of things on sale at Sobeys. My husband texted me while I was at work and said, you know, we're down to one last roll of paper towels and almost nothing for toilet paper. So I had to grab some of that after work. The bathroom toilet tissue was on for $6.49, so I grabbed 2, and the paper towel was $6.49 as well. Cheeses were on sale. These bags were $4.44 each. And bear in mind, any of these prices at Sobeys are all before my staff discount of 10% off. So when I'm saying $4.44, you can take an additional 44 cents off per bag, etc. So I grabbed 2 bags of the Tex-Mex and 1 of just pizza mozzarella. I'll probably freeze 2 of these, and 1 of these here, with having bought the lettuce and tomatoes, I'm thinking perhaps taco salad in the next couple days and using 1 of these for that. That's my thinking, and the rest I'll probably just freeze. So I don't know how fast I'll get those used up if I don't freeze them. So that's what I did there. And then there was a big sale on cereal right now. And I'm not usually a big cereal shopper. I mean, you've probably never seen them really, or very seldom in my grocery hauls. So we don't have a lot. Anything I have downstairs in my pantry for cereal is usually like Rice Krispies, which are to be used for Rice Krispie squares, that kind of thing. But not a lot of just everyday eating cereal. And all of these are on sale for $4 per box. And 2 sets, I bought 6 boxes total, and 2 sets of 2 had points on them. So here's what I bought. I bought a box of Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops. They did not have points on them, but I tried to get a mix of like, okay, here's a couple of sugary, fun ones, you know, that I might like or my daughter might like, especially her. She likes these kind of things too. But these other 2 sets of 2, they have points on them. So I'm trying to get, okay, here's 2 fun ones. And then we've got Cheerios, which are a little bit more normal, although the Very Berry and Apple Cinnamon, they're a little sugary too. But I tried to just get a variety anyway. So the everything here was $4. I got a Very Berry, Cheerios, and an Apple Cinnamon, and then a Raisin Bran, and the Red Berry Special K. The Raisin Bran is probably the most healthiest one in the bunch, even though I know there's some sugar in there, but still, just being that it's a more high fiber cereal, that's probably the closest thing to healthy that you'll see in this mixture of cereals that I bought. One of the 2 sets had 75 points if you bought 2, and the other set was 150 points if you bought 2. And then the pistachio puddings were on for $1 per box, and it was 75 points if you bought 3. There was only 4 there, and I bought all 4 because I thought they're still going to be $1 per box anyway, no matter what. And actually, with my 10% discount, be 90 cents a box. Now, if you've watched some of my videos before, you'll know that in the last while I had bought 1. And then another time I bought another one, just because when I go to Superstore quite often, it's a limit of 1 on these. And I do have a dessert type side dish that I like to make. And each time I make that, it requires 3 boxes. So I thought, well, there's only 4 of these in Sobeys tonight. I'll buy all 4 because I have 1 from a previous Superstore shop and 1 from another previous Superstore shop. So this will make 6. So that means I can make that side dish twice. Had there been more of these, I would have definitely bought more because they're going to be good for quite a while. And I do need 3 every time I make that dish. So I bought 4, and on the first set of 3, I earned 75 points. And then over here, a loaf of white bread for my sandwiches for work, $2.49. Sometimes the Compliments brand bread has a points offer if you buy 2. Right now, there is not. So I just bought 1. And if I buy the no-name brand at Superstore of white bread, it's $2.50. So only a penny difference, but if I buy it at Sobeys, it's $2.49 minus my 10%, so take 25 cents off. So in this case, it is slightly cheaper. Not only is it 1 cent cheaper on the sticker price, but my staff discount makes it a bit cheaper overall. And then cherries are finally starting to come in season. They're $4.99 a pound right now. This bag was $13.59. And then I bought this out of my daughter's department. She works at Sobeys as well, making the hot food. And this was, they always put stuff out on clearance at the end of the evening. This boneless pork rib bites, they were $6.61. By the end of the evening, they're marked down $3 off, bringing them down to $3.61. And again, my staff discount on top of that. So here is what happened at the end. You'll see all the points here. 75, 150, 75. And then the $3 off the HMR food. My staff discount was $8.10. And I had another offer that if you spent $40 in Sobeys, you get 600 points. But because I get the 10% off, I would have to make sure I was over $44. So basically, I was aiming to at least be around $45 so that once the 10% comes off, I would still be over 40. Because if I only spend 40 or 41 or 42, and then my 10% comes off, well, I'm not going to get the 600 points because now my subtotal will be down like $37, $38, right? So I was trying to make sure I was over 40, and I definitely did. As you can see here, my total was actually 75.43, but a lot of that was buying the extras, like with the cherries, you know, and the cereals and stuff. But whichever, I mean, I had not maxed out my weekly cap yet for my employee discount, so I got a good $8.10 off, as well as all these points. So 75.43. So I had the 600 points for spending $40, plus the points I listed above on the puddings and the cereals. And let me see, at the bottom here, that means in total I earned 900 Scene Plus points. So going into that evening, I had 16,588. So add 900 points onto that. And now that it's Monday, those points have hit my account. So I'm now over $170 in Scene Plus points. So, because when you shop at Superstore, the PC Optimum points you see that you've earned on your receipt, when you see the summary of your bill, your total PC Optimum points, your closing balance, reflects the points you just earned. Scene Plus is different. In the little box at the bottom there, it's just simply showing you the total points you had going into today. It shows you what you earned, but your balance is not updated for 24 to 48 hours afterwards. Anyway, the final thing that I bought was on Sunday. That was yesterday. We stopped at Shoppers Drug Mart. They often have a 2-day sale on the 6 packs of pop that I like to buy, and they have them on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. So Sunday afternoon I grabbed 2 Diet Cokes, $7.98 for the 2. They were $3.99 each, so I spent $9.21 there. I earned 105 points, and so yeah, I have 122,610 PC Optimum points. So that is everything that I bought between Saturday evening and Sunday evening, between basically 3 shops. Well, no, 4, because I had 1 small shop at Superstore, 1 larger shop at Superstore, a good sized shop at Sobeys, and then just getting my drinks at Shoppers on yesterday. Sorry, don't mind me. It's a Monday and I'm stumbling on my words a little bit here. So anyway, that is what I picked up. I don't know how much more there'll be to this video. That's all I've bought the last few days. This pay period is a tighter one because this is the one that not only has a car payment coming out, but it also has rent, which is a large expense. So I don't get paid again for another 10 days. I will probably tack something on to the end of this because I'm still hoping to get grapes and not sure what else. Maybe grapes and bananas or something. So whatever you see next will be the very final part of this video. I'm just kind of holding out to see if on Wednesday, probably on Thursday of this week when the new flyers start, if grapes go on sale somewhere, and then I'll show you. If I do pick up any produce to finish off this pay period, I'll tack that onto this video, and then that will be it. So stay tuned for the rest, and I'll show you whatever else I pick up. All right, it's time to wrap this video up. So I'm going to show you a few things that I picked up over the last couple of days. Today is now Friday, May 29th, and I picked these items up yesterday, Thursday, May 28th, at Real Canadian Superstore. I saw in the flyer that the bags of mini potatoes were going on sale for $2.98 per bag. I don't have any points offers on potatoes or anything like that right now, but that's fine. I just wanted to get them because they were on sale, so I grabbed 2 bags of the golden potatoes and 2 bags of the ruby red, so $2.98 a bag. And bananas were on my offer, so I got 1 bundle of bananas, and that cost me $2.52. So all I earned for points was 200 points on the bananas, so I spent $14.44 yesterday at Superstore. And with those 200 points, I am at, what is that? So it's wrinkled there. It's kind of crumpled up in my purse. I am at 123,500 PC Optimum points. I believe in my previous clip when I was showing you my receipt from Superstore, I believe I mistakenly said Scene Plus points at the end of that clip. Sorry for that. I do get a little confused because I do shop at the 2 places. So anyway, so here are some things I bought at Sobeys the other night. And again, today is Friday the 29th, and I bought these on Wednesday the 27th. And I did that because the sales run Thursday to Wednesday, and I knew that these items were going off sale as of Wednesday evening. So I went back and I bought 2 more boxes of the Raisin Bran at $4 each, and 6 more boxes of the pistachio puddings at $1 each. So we had more in stock. Now, a large part of why these items were all on for $4 and $1 and this, that, and the other thing this last week is because it was dollar days at Sobeys this past week. So a lot of things were $3, $2, $1, $4. So a lot of those kind of round dollar amounts. So anyway, that's, you'll see over here, there's a bunch of other items that I personally did not buy, but my husband did. And those were all part of Dollar Days sale as well. That was on a separate transaction. So what I did after work on Wednesday, I had worship team practice at 8 o'clock, but I finished work at 7:30. So I quickly grabbed these items. I grabbed 3 more and 1 more package of the sponge towels, paper towels. There are only 3 rolls in a package, so I figured I better get more. They're double rolls, so they should last a little bit, but 3 rolls isn't going to last us terribly long. So I grabbed 1 more set. They were on for $6.49 until the end of the day on Wednesday, so I grabbed those. And like I said, 6 of the pistachio puddings at $1 each, and 2 more of the raisin bran at $4 each. All of those were going to be going off sale at close on Wednesday, so I wanted to grab them. And as well, I was also trying to, well, actually wasn't trying to spend enough to get the $40 thing that time. That offer was still there, but I wasn't worrying about that in this transaction. I just simply wanted to buy a few of these sale items, and I knew they had points on them too before the store closed on Wednesday night. So the 2 raisin brans had the 75 points. And then as well, for each set of 3 pistachio puddings, there were 75 points. So the fact they were on sale, plus the fact there was points offers on them, was primarily really the only reason I was buying them. I wasn't worrying about the $40 spend to get extra points on it. I just simply wanted to get these items while they're on sale and get the points. So that's what I did. And my staff discount was $2.07. So for all of this, I spent $19.39. So I earned a total of 225 points. That's a 75 times 3. So I earned 225 Scene Plus points. And going into that evening, I had a closing balance of 17,554. And that does not include the 225 that I earned that evening. So now it's Friday morning and those points have hit my account. So that now my balance has increased, but with those points that I earned that evening. And then that same evening, my husband decided to go back to Sobeys because as part of Dollar Days, he wanted to stock up on these Fiber One bars. He bought these himself. He likes to have his own stockpile of things that he takes in his work lunches. And he said, this is going to do me for 3 months. So if it looks like a lot of Fiber One bars, don't come at me going, that's a lot of junk food in one purchase. First of all, I didn't purchase it. My husband did. And second of all, he's saying that it's like a 3-month supply for him. So it's not, when you first look at it, it's like you just went crazy and spent your whole grocery budget on Fiber One bars. No, I did not. This was something he did on his own. He likes to have his own stockpile of goodies that he has for his work lunches. And he's saying this will last him a couple of months. So they were part of Dollar Days as well. These were $3. Now, again, I do have my staff discount of 10%. So when I say that the raisin bran was $4, take 40 cents off. And for every one of these Jell-O pudding mixes, $1, take 10 cents off. So it was even cheaper, so even though you're $4, they're actually $3.60. The pudding mixes were actually 90 cents for me. So, it really does help. And that's a big part of, too, why he wanted to do this. There was no Scene Plus points offers on Fiber One per se, but they were $3. And, of course, he knows with my discount, he'll get 30 cents off a box as well. So he stocked up and he says now he's set for the next few months. So he bought 3 of these chocolate fudge, 3 of these cinnamon bun, 4 of those smaller boxes there that say oats and chocolatey strawberry, 1 of the lemon, and 3 of the oats and chocolate, all at $3 a box. So like I said, there was no Scene Plus points offer on these. However, he did manage to spend enough to spend $40 and get 600 points deal. So he earned me 600 points. So not too bad. Staff discount was $4.23 and he was out of pocket $42.58. So he earned 600 points. And on my transaction that same evening, I earned 225 points. So between the two, my 225 and his 600, that evening, 825 Scene Plus points were earned. So that was Wednesday night and it's now Friday morning and those points have all hit my account. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I will tell you that I am over $180 now in Scene Plus points. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm over $120 of PC Optimum points. So that's not bad for basically the end of May. Like I said, normally I usually deplete all my points during the Christmas season and start fresh. Certainly with my PC Optimum points, that's what I did last year. In December 2025, however, I did not completely deplete all my Scene Plus points. I went into January 2026 with $100 in points still remaining, which that doesn't usually happen, but this time it did. And I've built it back up again. Like I had $100 going into the year of Scene Plus points. And in March, I spent $50 of points, which I don't usually do that, but I needed to at that point. And that brought it down to 50. And now I'm back up again from March till now, the end of May. I'm back up to $180 in Scene Plus points. So not bad. Anyway, that will be it for today's video, or for this week's video rather. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment down below and give it a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video, everybody. So hope everybody's having a great week. It's suddenly gotten very, very hot here this week in Manitoba, Canada. We're in the middle of a bit of a heat wave, and we're running the air conditioning nonstop in the house. So we've kind of bypassed spring and jumped right into summer. Hope you guys are having a good week as well. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.